Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
So, hello everybody. Thank you for being here on Why Wednesday. Super grateful for you. We're gonna have some fun, make some introductions, and get it going. The one, the only Gina Ricci. Who do we have here today?
First, joining us, Sean from Miami. He's a mentee of the one and only Andy Zapata. He's a trusted advisor and expert in the field of mission critical data solutions and cloud services. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Jose Flores to The Real Raw.
How are you guys?
Jose, how are you, sir?
Everything's good. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. What's your fun fact? You know, something you might not expect to know about you. Something crazy. Could be your most embarrassing moment. Doesn't have to be. What's your fun fact?
Man, I have a lot of cool fun facts, but the one that comes into my head, I proposed to my wife at a sold out American Airlines arena 3 years ago.
Whoa!
So, yeah.
What was the event?
It was a worldwide known singer, Carlos Vives. He's Colombian,
awesome
international singer. So he sold out the whole arena, and I reached out to their management office, and I was like, hey, I want to propose to my wife, and I think this is the best way to do it. And he got me on stage, and I did it on stage, and
That's awesome.
That is integrous influence and what the show is foundationally about. That's a beautiful job. Congratulations, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Gina, we got 10,000 people, proposals, and massive sold out arenas plus. Who else do we have here?
Pretty incredible. Next, joining us from the District of Columbia, Andrew Marsh, who currently works for the Association of Corporate Counsel, a global association with 45,000 members worldwide. He's manager of membership development. He's worked in sales and marketing for years. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Andrew Marsh to the world.
Andrew, welcome to the party. I've heard great things about you. Congratulations, you're joining the more than 3,000 people that have been here since the start of The Real Raw. Andrew, what is your fun fact, besides the fact that you got to deal with 45,000 lawyers? Ugh! No, kidding.
I just got to deal with one, and it's a lot.
Yeah, trust me, it is exactly as fun as that sounds.
So what's your fun fact, brother?
I would say and by the way, so sorry if I drop in and out over the course of this. I'll do my best. My fun fact That is, I don't know if we have any Raka Flocka Flame. So when I was in college, he came to our college to perform. And at some point, there wasn't a stage. He came off the stage into the crowd, and somehow I ended up right in front of him, and he tossed me up and crowd surfed. So now I get to tell people that not only have I met this rapper, I actually got thrown up into a crowd and crowd surfed because of him, which I still think is kind of funny.
Amazing. Andrew, you got cut off for 1 second. So who was the rapper?
Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka.
Waka.
Sounds like one of your friends. So Andrew, super cool. And where do you live? What state?
Yeah, so normally I live in Washington, D.C. I'm actually visiting family right now from North Carolina.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for being here. We're going to have some fun today. You ready?
Absolutely.
Gina, we got lawyers of 45,000 people leading. We got massive proposals.
I just want to know if he's got a mental health specialist that he works with to deal with all those lawyers. Because we had one on the show yesterday, so we could definitely connect you if you need to connect with the mental health specialist because you deal with all those lawyers. But that's you.
You are funny. So Gina, who do we have?
Joining us from Delray Beach, Florida. He is the founder of Roots and Wings and is with us today. We're so privileged to have you here today, sir. Mr. Ted Hoskins is with us. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Ted to the Real
Did she say wings? Did you say something wings?
Yeah.
As in sounds like favorite food wings? The only thing he eats wings? That kind of wings?
I think he means angel wings. I don't know. Is that right, Ted?
Okay. So Ted,
the concept is that we help children. Primarily, we help children read because reading at the third grade level is so critical. So we say that you have to have a strong foundation, and the strong foundation obviously is when you have roots and when you learn how to read and you sprout those roots and the tree grows, then you can have those wings like the butterfly, and you can learn and do whatever you want to do. But you have to start someplace, and that starting point is obviously a strong foundation.
Wow, Ted, that's beautiful. I appreciate you so much for being here. Just a quick question though. If you had to deal with 45,000 lawyers, what would that feel like, Ted?
Depressing, probably.
Awesome. So, Ted, what is your fun fact?
Geez, well, I guess the fun fact is that if you pass the third grade reading test, there's a 74% chance. If you don't pass it, there's a 74% chance that you won't graduate from high school. But the fun part of that is that if you do pass it, there's an 88% chance that you will graduate. And that's the same number no matter whether you come from a poor family or a wealthy family, no matter where you go to school.
Wow.
You're given the same opportunity. So
key indicator
is so important.
Key indicator present. So my daughter was almost left back in first grade. She was really struggling with reading through first and second. And right at that age, I never thought of this, started to make progress. My daughter had a 4.0 in her first semester at the University of Maryland as a freshman, just right now. And she was on the verge of being held back and all the things. So Ted, seriously, the trajectory shift in the lives of kids cannot be overstated that you're involved in. It's an honor to have you here.
Well, thank you so much. And it really is a privilege to be here because a lot of people, they want to sponsor some child to get them into college, but they don't understand how many kids are left behind if they don't give them the very basics.
Right, absolutely. Well, thank you, Ted. Gina, heart-centered, awesome people, craziness present. We have wings flapping. Who else do we have?
Our first lady of today, besides Ms. Bella, of course, from Atlanta, Georgia. She's a go-getter. She never gives up securing a commercial building, 27 offices for her clients in under 2 months, and loves to keep in contact with her clients and take care of them. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming Ashley Williams to the Real Raw.
Ashley, extraordinary. And what is your why, Ashley? What keeps you going, keeps you driving forward? What's Ashley's mission in the world?
In the world. Oh, am I unmuted now?
Yes.
Okay, so my mission in the world is just to be so impactful and help build relationships while building my community at once, all together. And what drives me is ultimately to see a better family picture overall for my family, and just to help build my community around me.
Awesome. And what is your fun fact, Ashley?
My fun fact is that sometimes I can be very spontaneous, and it's just out of the blues, like crazy stuff in the middle of the night. And I haven't done it in a while.
Can you give us a spontaneous middle of the night event?
Oh, I'm not ashamed to say this, but years ago, just out of the blue, I went and got my breast pierced just out of the blue, just in the middle, like not playing, just went and got them pierced. It was awful. It hurt. They lasted for about 2 years, and then I took them out, but just out of the blue. And when people see me, they don't expect things like that to happen for me. So,
well, Ashley, you know what's incredibly coincidental?
You have your breast pierced too?
I just did that this weekend.
No, you didn't.
No, that is awesome. Thank you. Listen, I love the vulnerability and the stepping forward and all the beautiful energy. So thank you for being here, Ashley.
You're welcome.
Gina.
Sean, I was thinking you might know this guy. He used to work for was it Price Waterhouse? He's a accountant extraordinaire, head counsel for this company called Unblinded. I think it'd be great if you would like to introduce our next judge a little bit better than I can.
Oh, this guy?
Now I'm really in trouble because we got 2 attorneys here today.
Oh my God. This is crazy. So this guy I met when I was 6 years old. Here are the fun facts. We met at 6 years old. We have punched each other in the face numerous times. We have we invented the game of one-on-one baseball, not stickball. We played on a baseball field, one-on-one baseball with a baseball and aluminum bat. Like we did that. We invented the game of one-on-one football, tackle football, one-on-one. We did that. And then I moved. I was 11 years old. And then I didn't see this guy for years. And I missed him. He's my best friend. And then all of a sudden, we wake up, right, at our first day of law school, and the dude is sitting next to me. I'm CA Callaghy. He's CR Criscolo. And then we go to law school together, hang out, do some stuff. Now we work together. P.S. In his career, he got his LLM from Georgetown. He was involved in the largest equity transaction in the history of the world. It was like a $290 or $60 billion transaction. The Verizon merger, Verizon being the top client. The guy's a straight up rock star, heart center. And if he ran for mayor of our town, he will be unanimously selected because he runs unopposed every year as like on the town council. He's like everything amazing. And we even coach club baseball and youth baseball together for our sons. The one, the only Paul Criscolo.
Thank you. That was phenomenal. No offense to Gina, but I appreciate the introduction by Sean.
I couldn't appreciate this guy more, and he just makes everything go. Absolute integrity, all the things. And I left out one more thing, that one of the people, when we were 8 years old, at my birthday party, may have wet their sleeping bag. And then we had some 8-year-old kid, as we were all 8 years old, running around naked in the room. And my mom came down and just like, what is happening here? Like that may happen too in our past.
Poor Maureen was mortified at what was happening.
So
I can imagine.
So Paul, the Verizon merger, what was that equity value?
$290 billion. The next largest transaction was, I think, 190 billion. So it was the largest by about 100 billion.
That's a lot of billions.
It's a lot of billions. Yeah. Just for fun energy, Paul, how many pages of documents were involved in that transaction? Any idea?
I don't, because it was all, thankfully, years ago, if you did M&A work, they would ship you off to an actual data room with file boxes and papers. Thankfully, they have transitioned now, and it's basically all online. They have the virtual data room, but it's thousands and thousands and thousands. There was about 10 of us working 20 hours a day for literally over a month, just sorting through massive amounts of information and data.
Yeah, the only more complex transaction in the history of commerce in the United States that has ever occurred was negotiating with Bella Verita to be on the Real Raw. It is the only more complex transaction. So, Paul, what is your fun fact?
Well, interestingly enough, you took my fun fact. So obviously, well, here's the fun fact. So as Sean mentioned, I spent the last 20 years of my career at some of the largest consulting firms in the world. Sean turned me on to a quote by Helen Keller. Life is but a daring adventure or nothing at all. And I thought there could be nothing more daring than leaving all of that behind and joining the Unblinded traveling circus, which I did in April of 2021. So I had the pleasure of working with Gina, Sean, Bella, the entire Unblinded team for the last 9 months. And as Sean mentioned, I've known him for 45-ish years and could not be happier to be here.
Amazing. And another fun fact would be, we know each other longer than you've been alive. That's amazing.
That is fun fact.
So Paul, thank you for being here.
I mean, I am only 25, so you guys have known each other for a long time.
Longer.
Yeah.
So Paul, great job, brother. Thank you. G Money.
Next up, she's the redhead sitting next to you, Mr. Callaghy.
I'm Bella Verita.
Hi, I'm Sean Callaghy. How are you? So this woman started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old. Like, you want to talk about influence? I couldn't even think of selling. Paul and I were running around with the kid wetting the sleeping bag. She's out selling crafts on her front lawn. 19 years old, she becomes the number one earner. The 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing. Then at 24, not the number 5, 3, or 2, not number 4, 8, 6, 7, but the number one, numero uno, business broker in the state of Nevada, 24 years old, only a year ago.
Yes.
First woman ever to do it, youngest person ever to do it, business broker in the state of Nevada now, co-host The Real Raw, speaking on stages across the country, which did events with the likes of Rex Ryan and Roger Clemens, the Jerry Maguire, one and only Lee Steinberg, so many other extraordinary people, speaks at events like this and others, and may or may not hang out with like Platinum Partners in the Tony Room and, like the 125-person Callaghy Law. She's a rock star, leader, brilliant, heart-centered, drives me a little crazy sometimes. I think I drive her even crazier. The one, the only, Bella Verita. Bella, your fun fact, please.
Well, I think other than the fact that it is, demonstrated on why I need a mental health specialist with dealing with attorneys, other than that fun fact, I thought it'd be fun to share. I don't know if I've shared this on this Real Raw, but I love to contribute to kids. And I was actually a class up when I lived back in New Jersey. So I resonated a lot with what Ted had said, with kids and in my days in living in San Diego, I was a CASA, court-appointed safety advocate for children in foster care, which I think was much easier than dealing with attorneys. So there you go.
That is awesome. Thank you also for your protection and love of children. And I think we're ready.
Let's do this thing.
Yes, Gina, we love you. Thank you from the multiverse. Great job. Gina is an author, heart-centered leader, has overcome challenges that are beyond comprehension, extraordinary in all the ways. And she just might have rock stars that chase her around the Jersey Shore trying to make out with her. Gina Ricci, we love you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Tell you all about that another time. Ciao for now. Have fun.
Bye, Gina.
Who's going first?
Ooh, let's go with Mr. Andrew.
Ooh, okay, Andrew. So we had a little bit of fun, a little bit of silly. So let me just drop a quick couple fun facts. I do have 2 top 100 national jury verdicts. I am one of only 2 attorneys in the country between 2014 and 16 to do that, and the only one that was blind. They were both in business breakup cases, highly complex litigation, giant firms on the other side, $0 offers going in. Both got 8-figure compensatory and punitive damage awards. So we have a little bit of knowledge about the space of influence. Built a 40-person law firm, then a 125-person law firm, which I currently own. And we are heart-centered, loving people who know that everyone, from attorneys to other people, suffer because of the superpower of influence and its deployment and challenges. And we know that you're there to make people say yes integriously to an amazing organization. So in this Real Raw 3 minutes, we're not here to pitch, hook, or close. We're here to integriously connect, open up listening, reveal truth in whatever way, and get to the next yes. So maybe it is a yes for somebody to sign up for your incredible organization. Maybe it's a yes for the next longer meeting for something, could be for charity, fundraising, whatever it is. Just we suggest it be something relevant for you, Andrew, to go from that hello to yes. And Stephanie, Bella, I call her Stephanie and Bella because Stephanie's her birth name. Then she became Bella Verita, her amazing heart-centered impact name. Andrew, who would you like Bella to be in this hello to yes moment for you?
So sorry, there may have been a silence because my internet, as I mentioned, having a bit of challenge with that. I think your question was, who would I like Bella to be for the role play? Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
All right. So I would like you to be somebody. Picture you are you just jumped into a very exciting startup opportunity. You are the sole legal practitioner in the organization. It's a pretty small company, but a lot of growth potential. And you wanted to take a risk because the upside was too good to ignore. Let's say you've got about 20
Sounds
people.
quite familiar.
Yeah, let's say you've got about 20 people, and you're really the only person in that organization that knows the first thing about the law. So right off the bat, you have quite the workload in front of you. So that's kind of the background.
Beautiful. All right, and Bella, corporate counsel, taking risks, making it happen.
I just got to be Paul Criscolo.
Take us in.
Yes. All right. Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. How are you today?
I'm extraordinary, Andrew. Thank you for calling.
Yeah,
what can I
no
do?
problem. Yeah, absolutely. So just wanted to chat a little bit about ACC. I just wanted to kind of provide you with kind of a brief overview of what we do at ACC. Because I did notice from your role, and actually just wanted to get a sense of, how big is your legal department? Are you kind of
so what is this about? Like, how did we get connected?
Yeah, absolutely. So you may remember I sent you an email. You actually attended an ACC local chapter event.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I got your information passed along from our chapter administrator. So just wanted to see if I could talk to you a little bit about ACC, because I think we might be able to help you out in your current role.
Yeah, I mean, what is it that you think you can help with?
Yeah, so I think one of the big things with ACC is we do have a lot of resources for folks who are in-house counsel. I did see that you're pretty new in your role. And actually one question I had for you, how big is your
Our organization is about 20 people.
Yep. And are you the sole legal practitioner, or are there other folks in your legal department helping you
I
out?
am the sole legal practitioner at this time.
Okay, fantastic. So right off the bat, I would say this is one of the things that we specialize in. So I imagine, right off the bat, you probably have a lot of tasks in front of you, a lot of projects, a lot of things to look into. We actually do have our own proprietary resource hub. So it's basically like a search engine. You can use it like Google, type in keywords. There are a bunch of preset filters. We have a lot of on-demand webinars as well. A lot of them are free. We also offer CLE, which is continuing legal education. Yep. You're a lawyer. I don't have to tell you that. Yep, but those kinds of credits are always high in demand. So there is a lot that comes free with the membership. We also offer a 30-day trial. I do recommend that to folks if you're trying to get a sense of
Gotcha.
What this is all about. So I know our time is short, but
yeah, I'm not
if
fully
you're willing to, I'm happy to send you the.
Yeah, I'm not fully clear on it, and I'm not sure if it's something that that I would need, but maybe I can have you talk to my assistant and we can schedule something.
Sure, I'll just send you a quick follow-up email with kind of a summary of these resources and a link to the trial form, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much for your time.
Hey, all right, wait. What? Paul Bella, this is the most incredible opportunity in the world. You're saying no to this guy and send some information? We should be signing up in 2 seconds. Are you completely crazy? Oh, am I still online?
Yeah, well, Paul always tells me he's not that busy. He spends a lot of time at the water cooler drinking coffee, so he doesn't feel like he needs like any extra support at this time. He's got it all covered.
Do you understand all the things we can do to like make things happen with this dude? No. Andrew, awesome job.
Thanks. I got to say that was fun. Honestly, I talked to a lot of people. You know, that was.
He should have been role playing with Paul.
You made me work for it. That was a little bit of a challenge, but to see what I can make happen.
Yeah, awesome, Andrew. Really appreciate it. Great job. So, shall we go with Jose?
I think we should go with Jose.
Jose, who would you like Bella to be?
So basically, we're doing scenarios on our day-to-day.
Yeah, we always say that everybody is looking for yeses all over the place.
Yeah.
The yes could be for Bella to like say yes to come on the Real Raw and be on it. The yes could be for us to have a jury say yes. The yes could be for employees and partners in our marketing, selling, recruiting. So Jose, any yes that you'd be seeking in the world, Bella will be that person. It could be
any business owner, you know, for me just to try to set an appointment with you.
Okay.
To talk,
and what type of business? What type of business would you like?
It could be anything. It could be a freight forward and anything. I'm just trying to set up an appointment to talk to you about your telecommunication services.
Fantastic.
Take us in.
Moving into a new office.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah. Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, how are you, Bella? This is Jose Flores from Technology Ally Group. How's everything?
Pretty well. Pretty well.
Good. So Bella, so basically I went by your building the other day and I met one of your neighbors. I'm very successful in helping them, you know, in regards to all their telecommunication bills. So I was able to help them, you know, save some money, just give them an all-around better technology. So I wanted to consult you and go by. I know you're just opening the moving into the office, correct?
That is correct. Yep.
We're
remodeling, and I think we have someone, but I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I don't know, you know, how it compares or.
Sure. No, I completely understand, and you know, if you could, I could give you as a reference one of your neighbors that I've been helping a lot, just to talk in regards to your whole telecommunication. I wanted to just check out, you know, what will be the best solution, especially now that you recently just moved. We have many things in technology right now that I, you know, just wanted to talk to you. So tomorrow.
When you say many things in technology, like what does that mean?
In regards to there's better speeds right now for internet. There's voice over IP systems nowadays. Maybe if you want to take your system to the cloud, we could help you with all that. You know. So tomorrow I'm gonna be in the area. I don't know what time will be best for you. 11 or 1?
Maybe around 1 o'clock would be good.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna stop by at 1.
Like how does it compare to, you know, is it just the service is better? Do you save money? Like how does that work?
Yeah, so basically what I will go is just study exactly what you have. And what I do, since I'm a telecommunication broker, I truly see who's the best provider for your address that where you're at.
Okay.
So I could tell you, look, Bella, you have the best provider, stay with what you have. Or I could say, look, this is what another provider could do for you guys. And maybe we could do this just to help your business out. Since I represent all the providers, I'm neutral. Because let's say if you meet with
I do love to spend my boss's money. So let's see what we can do. Oh wait.
Correct. So all right. So tomorrow 1 p.m. I'll see you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Jose, excellent job, my friend. What are you
Thank
talking
you.
about spending money? Thank you. Awesome. So Jose, great job. Andrew, great job. Let's go to the judges.
Let's go to the judges.
Please take us in.
Let's start with Mr. Ted. Ted. So this was 30 seconds of feedback, something they did great, something that they could prove on, and then a score from 1 to 10. 1 being you'd rather go jump in the Atlantic Ocean in the middle of January when it's freezing and hurricane winds. You'd rather do that than have a longer meeting.
I like doing that though.
You do. You definitely do not like doing that. 5 being like, you'd let them buy you a cup of coffee at Starbucks and maybe meet for like 20 minutes. And 10 being you'd love for them to buy you a steak dinner. You'd sit down with them all night because you couldn't wait to discuss more about their business. So Ted, let's start with your feedback for Andrew.
Well, I'll say I gave Andrew an 8. I liked Andrew, what he said. he seemed to be very much in charge of his information that he was able to provide. So, you know, he was very much in command of the conversation. The thing I liked about Jose was that he gave, you know, when he was trying to close, he was closing by saying, is 11 or 1 better? He gave, he had that, you know, he wasn't going to take 10:30, and he was in charge of when he was going to meet with you. I thought that his, the very end of his conversation should have been to just simply, it was a little too long for me. I
And
think
so what was your score for Jose?
Jose, yeah. I thought Jose's was a little long at the end. He could have simply said, you know, I'm the best guy to be able to give you an evaluation because I have no vested interest in whoever you pick. That would have been the.
And what was your score for Jose? I heard you say Andrew was an 8, and what was Jose?
I would say, see, I think they were very close. I would want to give them both the same grade.
Okay.
They both get an 8. They get a steak dinner, but like maybe no dessert. I don't want to say that long.
Beautiful job, Ted. Awesome work. And
so let's go to Ashley. So let's start with Jose this time. Your feedback for Jose.
Jose, I would say an 8 as well. And I would say Jose received an 8 because he was knowledgeable and he was, you know, in control of the conversation. He was confident and he asked questions to get you involved about how many employees did you have? Were you the right person they needed to be speaking to ensure that you were the one to make those executive decisions. So that's the positive. And then the area of opportunity, I think I would have cut it short. Just asking you, when could I meet you face to face? When trying to get into the office. Beautiful. When can I take you to lunch or coffee or something like that? So that you and I could build a more personable relationship.
Beautiful. Awesome job. And then your feedback for Andrew.
For Andrew, it would be the same thing. Andrew did say, like, he's, you know, either way it go, he wants to help you out. And I would say it would be an 8 as well. Because he should have just sold himself, particularly because he's not vested in those products, but he is vested in himself. So he was knowledgeable, and he did let you know that this is not sales. I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing for you, for your business, to make sure you're getting the best thing, even if it means you're staying with your current provider. I think that he should have been saying, you know, I'm going to do what's best for you. Taking ownership.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Great job.
And then there is, what is that guy's name again? I can't. Paul Criscolo. Yes. Let's start with Andrew. Your feedback for Andrew. And this is like, you're going to be judged on your feedback because, you know, you've been hanging around, you know, Sean Callaghy for a while, and you should be pretty attuned with the formula. So don't muck this up.
Not only that, I'm supposed to be hanging out by the water cooler drinking coffee right now. So I will do my best to focus. But so we're going to start with Andrew first?
Andrew first.
Excellent. Yeah. So no, phenomenal job, Andrew. I love the questioning and how you got into the questions. They started to set context. I would start the questioning earlier. If I looked at the clock, you were like a minute and a half in. I would start the questions earlier and start stacking the yeses. The other thing too is to set context. I probably would have started the call with, you know, something along the lines of, hey, do you have 3 minutes to talk? Right? This isn't a sales call. I'm basically here to offer you something of value. Right? So set the context for the rest of the call. And then right after that, I would spend 20 to 30 seconds building a little bit of emotional rapport. It seemed like you jumped right into, hey, this is my organization. This is what I'm here to talk about. I would spend a little time building emotional rapport.
And
But
Polly,
great job.
Your score for Andrew is?
8.7.
8.7. Nice.
Yes.
And then your feedback for Jose.
Yes. Also, great job, Jose. What I really liked is how you started off framing that you helped out a neighbor, right? I would have jumped then into what you experienced with that neighbor and the pain that neighbor went through, and in essence, what pain you could solve for Bella in this case. I would also speak into the challenges, if there were any, that the neighbor had and that you were able to solve. And then I would also study what they have. So you talked about the systems that Bella had. I would be prepared to answer and speak into those to provide some insight as to the challenges you saw with respect to whatever system she currently uses. And I had Jose at an 8.5.
8.5.
Nice.
Very nice.
So at this point, we usually like laugh and joke a little bit about Bella put me in the hot seat, but I think we just like cut right to it. This woman every day likes to put me on the hot seat, issue challenges to me. There's extraordinary people here again.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a dude's got to deal with 45,000 lawyers. I think somehow if he wants to put me on the hot seat, we should let him put me on the hot seat.
I definitely think we should put him on the hot seat because, you know, if he's got to deal with all those attorneys, he's got to have a scenario that he would love to see you model. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, I would love that. Absolutely.
Okay. So I'll step away while you guys work on it for 30, 60 seconds so I don't like influence that, like what type of scenario, and take us, yeah.
Okay. So Andrew, so this is what it looks like. So, you know, you came here, Jose came here, you know, with the scenario to go from hello to yes, but, you know, Sean implies in the world that like he is the man of influence. Do you know that he's even got a bet out with Grant Cardone that he can out influence Grant Cardone on a neutral set of facts, and Grant Cardone will not take that bet?
Wow. That's fascinating.
Yes. So you get to set up any scenario that you want. He has been President Biden that has convinced President Trump on why everybody should be vaccinated. He's been President Trump convincing President Biden on why the wall should be built. He has even been Muhammad Ali that went before the Supreme Court, that got a yes from the Supreme Court. And Kalia Ali said that she felt like Sean channeled her father. He's like done last seats on the airplane. He's even, Andrew, had to convince a 70-year-old, very conservative New Jersey attorney on why he should go to Burning Man. And the guy said yes. So what kind of scenario comes to mind for you that you would like to see Sean go from hello to yes?
So wait a second, because I think my internet's back. So I would love Sean to play a Wall Street executive convincing us or me why NFTs are worth paying attention to.
That's good.
That's a tough one, Andrew. This is
good.
There's some toughness in this dude.
This is good.
Right.
You get to flex those muscles. You get to flex those influence muscles.
I'll give it a shot.
All right.
So, Andrew, I would be convincing you. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you would be yourself or somebody else?
So let's say that I'm a company, a client of your bank, and you are trying to pitch me on some NFT investment that investment product you've created. You're really trying to get my business on this, and I'm skeptical.
And you are so you're the head counsel for investing. You're the head of the department. What? Just give me a quick title.
Yeah. Let's say I'm one of the key decision makers in terms of we'll say investment.
Awesome. Okay. So
investment executive at one of your clients.
Awesome. So Andrew, I'm very grateful for the time. I know it's a complex, stage in world history, and I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to meet with me today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just a little bit curious because I know we went back and forth over email a little bit, and you said you had something to talk to me about, pitch about NFTs. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I got to be honest, I'm pretty skeptical. But yeah, let's hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah, listen, Andrew, absolutely. And with not mincing words, the one thing in my heart though is I wouldn't pitch you. And you go, dude, you're from Wall Street, and pitch people. No, about 20 years ago, I stepped into the space of considering how value is created and agreements are made.
And I committed to always be standing in the space of looking to return more value than I take. And so everything foundation that we do is about creating integrous agreements over pitching, hooking, and closing. So thank you for the time. And I just want to share with you something to see if it's worth more of your time. That's all. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So as you build and grow your investment portfolio for the bank, you have such an incredible track record of consistency, of intelligence. Why do you, Andrew, continue to do what you do for the bank? Like, what's your mission at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, well, I don't have to tell you. I mean, I think we would both agree that, capital has immense power. And I mean, thank you, first of all, because, you, a lot of your suggestions have certainly paid off for us. And, we're doing very well and want to continue to do well and do even better. Certainly that makes me proud of the work that I do. So yeah, the more that we can direct that to, quality investments, I'm happy with that.
No. And you know what? Thank you, Andrew, for that. Appreciate it. And I am present to your desire to make things continue to go well. And we're living, maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't, but I think we're living in such a bizarre time. There's no other time in the history of our nation and the world where we've had so much uncertainty and so many indicators that don't make sense. We've printed trillions and trillions of dollars into the economy. The stock market has skyrocketed. Mortgage rates have stayed relatively comparatively low based upon what inflation should be. We have people predicting the collapse, some of the most intelligent people like Ray Dalio in the world, predicting the collapse of the economy if Joe Biden was elected. And these things haven't happened. But the future is uncertain. So one of the things that I am present to always is the fact that our entire economy, as you well know, Andrew, is based upon emotion. People don't make logical decisions, they make emotional decisions. Where the stock market is currently valued has no place in history. And many people would say it has to burst, and probably will. But at the same time, everything is driven by emotion, energy, and momentum. So the world of NFTs, this is an unbelievably complicated world that I'm not going to be able to shift your perspective in a moment, but I'll give you a quick headline thought to see if it's worth a longer meeting for us, Andrew. The world of NFTs is based upon everything the stock market is based upon. It's based upon human emotion, energy, uniqueness, the creation of value, right? So what I've done, though, in the space, within the subspace of NFTs, is realize that most of it, just like when we're looking at the world of cryptocurrency, is based upon things that are wildly, impossibly speculative. But when you correlate the entire industry and you look at certain lead companies and indicators, that's what we're looking to do. And if you that's what we've not only looked to do, it's what we've done, and have absolute certainty that this is a sector that shouldn't represent an enormous amount of the bank's portfolio, but should be represented within the portfolio, meaning this is a legitimate asset class. And when you build out your portfolio, obviously a small percentage should be in things that are much more risky, but have extraordinary high impact return. And we think that this is the next, what we're going to do here is the next Bitcoin. And obviously, if people were in the beginning of Bitcoin, it would be absolutely unbelievable. So we are incredibly confident that this is a legitimate place where value is going to increase massively. And if we sat down for half an hour, we've created an immense analysis that I think could make an absolute common sense. It's not only data and numbers, it's about a 12-slide presentation that at the end of it, Andrew, I think you're going to sit there and go, this is absolutely extraordinary and something we should move forward with. And if you don't, it's completely okay. I stake my reputation and our relationship on the fact that this is a legitimate conversation for us to have. And if you're not absolutely convinced at the end of it, we walk away, it costs you 30 minutes of your time. How does that resonate or not for you, Andrew?
Yeah, I have one follow-up question.
Please.
So I know that, you have thousands and thousands of clients. Are you pitching them all on this, or was I kind of a select few to get this pitch?
Sure, thank you. So we presented this to our top 20 clients. You're within that top 20 in the portfolio. And I think the bank is uniquely, well, not uniquely, but the bank has an extraordinarily diverse portfolio. And we looked at our largest clients and said, yeah, this has to be in their portfolio. So to answer your question directly, we're not presenting this to all of our client base. We're presenting it to our largest clients with a uniquely large portfolio to absorb this into their risk categories of diversification, but very clear that we believe that within that risk diversification, that this would be a lead investment dynamic.
All right. Well, thank you for, being honest there. You know what? I think that's a compelling case. Again, I'm not 100% sold, but I am willing to, hear you out a little bit more, spend a little bit more time on this. I will say I do want adding, but yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, Andrew, I appreciate the time. I appreciate the possibility. And I definitely don't think you'll be at a yes yet, but I'm quite confident that 30 minutes will be well invested, and I appreciate it.
All right. Sounds like a plan. We'll talk.
All right. Thank you. Out of roll. All right, Andrew, how'd that feel for you?
That was really interesting. I think the biggest thing, as we went through that jumped out at me was when you said, I stake my reputation on this. That really stuck with me because I feel like I don't hear that a lot just in business conversations in general, where the conversation usually stays focused on the product itself. So for you to get really personal with it and say, you're basically saying this isn't even about this investment anymore. This is about the relationship and how you view me. And I'm willing to put that on the line. So that was really the moment where all the stuff about, oh, this is like the next big thing, that was kind of whatever. But as soon as you said, like, yeah, this is my reputation and I'm okay with putting that on the line for this because that's how much I believe in it, that really resonated with me.
Thank you. And Bella mentioned a little bit ago the bet we put out with Grant Cardone. And just to give color to that, we talked about integrous influence. So, I'm not bad mouthing anybody, but Grant Cardone, who's a person that teaches influence and sales in the world. And during the beginning of COVID, he put out a message that his whole world was collapsing and his, $500 million, empire in personal value and worth was going to be done. And all the properties are going under. And then 2 days later, he said that he was only kidding and that to market, anything you do in marketing that gains attention, no matter how non-integrous or integrous, is okay. And so at that point, I put out a $250,000 bet for charity to him that said, integrous influence will beat non-integrous influence anytime, every time. We'll beat pitching, hook, and closing. And the idea that we can overpower, lie, manipulate, deceive people, and that's a part of marketing and selling. So in that part, Andrew and everyone is saying I stake my reputation. When we have our top jury verdicts with people, when we work with jury verdict consultants, firms, when we work with our clients, when I had the privilege to take Tony Robbins' stage, I said the same thing. I said, I will create an integrous dynamic to sell their $100,000 program that'll blow away any of the numbers that ever happened before. So I believe wholeheartedly in that. And I do communicate that way and say, when it's something that I'm personally involved in, I will always put that out there. And if I don't have the confidence, I won't say that. I'll say, listen, I think this is speculative. I think this is risky. I'll tell clients, look, I cannot possibly guarantee what's going to happen here. But I actually do make guarantees to clients at times. And that's even, right there, in the legal world is a question when I know what's going to happen. So we had the largest jury verdict in the last 10 years in Arizona. In that case, I told my client, there's only one way we're ever possibly going to win this. And it had a super complicated dynamic. We had to put the Inspector General of the state of Arizona on the witness stand, the highest ranking law enforcement official who actually disagreed that my client wasn't the victim of his partner committing Medicaid fraud. It was totally crazy. I guaranteed him we would destroy the Inspector General with integrous influence. And we did. So thank you for recognizing that. Andrew, your listening is sharp. It is clear that you're highly sophisticated in your influence. And it's been an honor to roll with you today. And thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. This has been really educational and fun. I'm very glad I decided to do this. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you very much. Jose, brother, great job stepping in. Great job. Any friend of Andy Zapata. Andy Zapata, by the way, is a client of ours in Unblinded Elite. He has 45 physical therapy franchises. An amazing dude. Jose, you did a great job. Appreciate you. And how was your experience here today?
Sure. No, it's amazing. Amazing, great experience. Andy has been talking to me about, all the time that I meet him. He's like, "Oh, so you got to do this. You got to do this." He's super passionate about it. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So I know you came to Miami, recently.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So I have a 3-month-old baby. So I wasn't able to I wasn't able to make it because we had the baby situation and everything. But next time you come, for sure, I'll be there for sure. And I had some customers there in the actual event. So
thank you.
That was a good.
Thank you, Jose. Yeah, we had
experience.
500 fine folks from Miami make it there for the 3 days, and we're very, very grateful. So
Yeah.
thank you, Jose.
You got it.
Let's go, Ashley. How was your experience with us in the Real Raw? Great job with your feedback. Thank you for being here. How was your time?
Thank you, guys. It was very informational to be here. Caught me a little bit by surprise because I was not well versed on what the show was and what was it about, and I feel comfortable in the environment because I just felt like I was in a coaching session or being coached by one of my real estate coaches, or sitting with one of the core groups, just feeding off ideas and pitching to one another to, get that feedback and the assistance. So it was really good and great meeting all of you guys. You guys are all phenomenal. I feel like I really don't deserve to be here. I feel like the small person in the room. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to participate. I'm glad I came on.
Yeah, Ashley, thank you for sharing that. And in the beginning of the intro, let me do this. So I walked 3 years ago into the Tony Robbins space. I had built a 100-person law firm. I built and sold a 40-person law firm. I didn't think I belonged in that space at all. I was a blind guy. I'm like, how am I going to meet anybody? And that was January 2018. I've spoken on that stage 14 times since then, 14. Broken every sales record imaginable. I don't make any money from that. I just believe in the program very much. I've been benefited amazingly from it. We all feel like we don't belong. When I first started working in that case in Arizona, the adversary, because I was a life coach, certified life coach and business coach in 2003 for 18 years in the very beginning of the coaching world. And they were making fun of me behind my back and to my face. I'm like, hey, coach, what's up, coach? Laugh, laugh, laugh. And in the beginning, it created a mild degree of uncertainty. I was working against some of the top law firms and lawyers in the country. We destroyed them. And they were lying. So I'll say destroyed them. They were lying, cheating, stealing. It was crazy. And I share that because we are all equally worthy, every single one of us. And we just buy into this image and dynamic that some people are up there and we're down here, and that's all just a lie. And you're extraordinary, Ashley. And I wish you the greatest continued success in the world. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ashley, if I could share, my best friend and mentor loves to say, do not submit that you are better than or less than anyone else. And that is Sean Callaghy. He says that frequently and often. So please do not submit that you are less than anybody else.
Yes, absolutely, brother. I love you, Paul. See, Paul, thank you for being here. I've learned so much from Paul since we're 6 years old. I love this man. His consistency, his integrity, off the charts. How was your time with us on the Real Raw today, Paul?
Awesome. Always a good time to spend time with you and Bella. I'm going to probably have to pull myself away from the water cooler to do this more frequently.
I was going to say, I joke about the water cooler, but Paul, you're one of the hardest working gentlemen I know, just doing all kinds of things. Whatever is asked of you, it's always a yes. And things get done. It's like, this is done, this is done, this is done, this is done. I don't know if you sleep. I don't know if your family ever gets to see you, because you get more done in a day than most people I know. And it wouldn't be the same without you.
Thank you. When you model people you work with, and that is everyone on this Unblinded team, that's the result of it. Because quite honestly, everyone here does that. But thank you. Had a great time. Everybody was amazing. Andrew, Jose, phenomenal. Ted and Ashley, great feedback. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thanks, Paul. And Ted, thank you so much. Great feedback. Deep feedback, right? There's a lot happening there. How was your time, Ted, on the Real Raw?
I was very impressed, because to me, time is valuable. It's the only thing we really have. Mm-hmm. So when you're going to spend it, you want to make sure that it's the best that it can be. And I found people to be truthful. I found people to have integrity, to have people that wanted to explore various options of how they would do something, but it was all based on truth. Nothing was based on lies or whatever. And that's really the thing that's inspired me to want to do more to help kids, because there are a lot of people out there in this world that are doing it for nefarious reasons in many ways. You know, they're not truthful. They're doing it for some other reason. They're putting their name on something, as opposed to, I mean, the word that I use is we. I don't use I, because I may be the face of the organization, but we are trying to accomplish something for society. And if you don't have that we word, you're not doing it for anybody but me, and me ain't so good.
Absolutely. Amen, brother. Ted, thank you for being here today. And
thank you.
Final, Bella.
Final, it said, I don't think you could have said it, any better. Tony Robbins said, whether you like him or not, there is no one that leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callaghy. And, I've worked with a lot of different companies, and what I've always seen behind the scenes at Unblinded is always what you see in front. And he always uses the word we. Sometimes it drives me crazy. We've even gotten into fights because I'm like, your company this, and he's like, it's ours, it's we. And because he so stands in, it is we, it is ours, we do everything together. So it is an honor and a privilege to be here, with everyone. And definitely, we put a gift in the chat for you, because there is a formula. Sean came up with a formula to be in integrity, to go from hello to yes in integrity. There's 4 energies, 4 steps, 12 indispensable elements that everybody can master. So download that guide so you have that magic as well. And then you can speak to Adam, Gina, or Fernando to be able to unpack that a little bit. So Sean, back to you.
Listen,
thanks for having me.
Thank you. Simplest final. It is very easy for me to make money in the law and to continue to grow and expand and build. We're here to create more impact and more influence with integrity. I've had the crazy situations in these jury verdicts. I also was faced with the largest Ponzi scheme in the history of South Florida, Scott Rothstein. We're going to take $8 million from my client. I was there with the former head of white collar crimes for the FBI. And in that situation, I had to fight with the 2 of them not to make the investment. We're not taught the highest levels of mastery of influence. I've worked with the top jury verdict consulting firms in the world that told me I was crazy. We were lucky to get $1 million in the case in Arizona. We deserve more, couldn't prove it. We got 27 million. For all of us, my heart aches to get the ability to deliver truth, open listening, cause acceleration. Thank you for helping us bring that mission to the world today. And for all of us, it's right there, but sometimes we're all blind.
And just learning to see.
Thanks.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Great job, everybody. Thank you, Jose, Andrew, Ed, Ashley, Paul.
Thank you, guys,
Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
So what is the gift?